Thank you for joining the Dickson Realty third quarter of 2025 Reno Sparks market update. We're first looking at the median sales price, and we've yet had a third month of price decline, and we sit at 577,500 in the Reno Sparks area, which is a 1.7% decline month over month and a 1.6% decline or decrease year over year, which makes us believe that we'll probably this year end up with actually slight decline in median price rather than some net appreciation. That doesn't happen very often. Not something that homeowners want to hear, of course, but we have to recognize the fact that the market is balancing. That's really the key term to be using. People are saying, oh, it's a heavy buyer's market. That's not the case. It's just that it's not really any longer just a seller's market. So buyers now have room to negotiate more so than usual. Inventories you're going to see in a future slide is back to kind of some more normal levels. We don't have really low inventory, and demand right now, still with where affordability is being curtailed to some degree. So we just can't seem to really stay above that 600,000 median sales price. And if you're a homeowner, you're not wanting to hear that. If you're a buyer, you are, of course. You're wanting to see affordability in the region get better. So I do think we kind of continue to hit this ceiling at 600,000, and one of two things would have to give to be able to increase demand, and that's either house pricing or that's interest rates. So really, we'll see what brings in the fourth quarter. So homes sold, taking a look here at demand, overall this year has been decent. We're still about 20% to maybe as much as 30% off on any given month from what would be considered normal levels. Our normal average is about 500 a month sold. And again, normal's kind of back to years of 2013, 14 to 2019. Things got a little out of whack back in 2020, 2021. You had, as many as six, in some months, 700 homes sold. Again, that demand was really just because of these artificial interest rates that were so low that were giving so many people an opportunity to, again, afford homes and so forth. So at this point, demand is good. I would say it's not the best it's ever been. Healthy, but could be healthier, and that will only change if affordability changes in town. So let's take a look at new contracts. So we had a pop in September as far as homes sold, and we're probably going to see even a pop here in October. And we contribute this really. You can see here we're up 2% month over month and 2.5% year over year. Interest rates the last 4 weeks have come down somewhat, and that has been beneficial, again, to affordability, which is really, that's going to drive demand the most. Looking at really the other side of the coin is listings and inventory. So our new listings over the course of 2025, pretty normal. The seasonality, as far as most homes come on the market kind of spring and summer, and then it starts to decline through fall and winter. And that you can see is pretty normal across the board. Just the amount of inventory, though, is just less than it was in years of 2022, 2021, and 2020, and so forth. That then looks at active inventory and where that's at. So having new homes coming on the market throughout the year, pretty normal the last couple of years. Why is active inventory actually climbing? Again, that's because demand has been a bit curtailed with just affordability. Prices have gone up. Interest rates haven't really come down a ton while they have in the last 4 weeks. You still have affordability as an issue. So that means with less demand and less homes being absorbed, inventory is going to increase. And we started the year off at around 700 homes. In 2022 and 2023, we started off that active inventory levels anywhere from 150 to 200 units less. So just starting that high means that inventory for this year was going to grow. There was just more options. The only thing that would have eaten into that would have been if demand were to suddenly spike, and that just hasn't happened this year. So because of that, that has created days on market climbing as well. You can see here for September, we're at 84 days, and that is 13% increase from last month of 74 days, and that's close to a 10% increase year over year as well. I expect this will probably climb a little bit through the rest of fall and winter, as it typically does. Again, that's usually where it's spiking. You can see this graph here. December is usually kind of the high point, December, January for any year. So expect this to grow, expect things to probably get a little slower. The only reason it wouldn't be that would be due to the fact that interest rates were to have another decline. And we think that interest rates probably won't decline a lot more unless job loss reports increases significantly. That's really where the economy is focusing on, and it's the job loss environment that really causes a need for those actual mortgage rates and the bond rates to come down. And so at this point, there's still enough positive in the economy. We're not quite sure if we get down below 6% in interest rates. There's lots of forecasts that it'll be somewhere in the middle, sixes to low sixes throughout the rest of the year and into the beginning of next year. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining. If you have any further questions, please reach out to your favorite Dickson agent, and we look forward to our October report soon.